and welcome to PraDa Law Live. I'm Jackie Mendez, your host for today's show. Today we have a very informative show, but before we get into introducing our attorneys and our partners here at PraDa Law, I want to remind everyone that there's a number on your screen, and that's the number that we want you to call during the show, after the show, whenever. Because why? The call is free, the consultation is free, and the show is live, and we're here to answer any of the questions you may have. Let's go ahead and introduce our partners. First up, we have Alexis Garcia.
Hello, Jackie. Hello, everyone here. Thank you for having me this evening.
And she's going to be talking to us a little bit about bankruptcy law. Of course, we have the lovely Jennifer Pratt.
Thank you, Jackie. Good evening. Pleasure to be here with everyone.
And of course, I am happy to have him here today, Yoel Damas.
Thank you, Jackie, and welcome everyone to the program. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday indeed. The number on the screen is 888-88-LEGAL. Call during the show. Call at any time. We're here to answer any of your questions.
Definitely, Jackie. Thank you. And of course, we invite you, like Jackie says, to start dialing that phone number right now. It's very easy to just get involved, take whatever questions you have in your mind, in your head, on your shoulders, and get them off those shoulders and right onto this program or right onto our office, 888-88-LEGAL. Now, today is our financial show. It's Monday. We talk bankruptcy, debt negotiations, modifications, and today we're going to start with the headline where, at least in Miami-Dade County, Mayor Jimenez has announced that restaurants can now reopen interior dining 50% off. And again, he announced that actually last week. And, I don't want to get into exact dates when this comes in, whether it goes into effect, when it goes into effect, because this thing changes every day. Every time this is COVID up, COVID down, it changes. But that's the latest news we're dealing with. And that's 50% on indoor dining. Now, is that the savior of all things, Attorney Pratt?
I hope it helps. It definitely should help. But like you say, it's been so unpredictable, and we had the same situation back in June, and then as soon as the numbers spiked back up, it was like we were back in the twilight zone. Everything was closed again, and so I really hope that the investment that a lot of these restaurants made, I know we've talked about it here on the show, they're able to actually utilize their space and be able to become hopefully profit centers, which we all know restaurants are not usually huge profit centers as is, so this has to be hurting them, no doubt.
And I was actually speaking over the weekend with some friends of mine who are healthcare workers, and they actually said that they think there's going to be another spike. They're predicting healthcare workers. October? No, sorry to be Debbie Downer.
Why didn't you tell us that before the program started?
I know.
You're trying to get some good news out there.
You know what? I'm just going to have some tea.
Coffee.
No, and then again for the holidays. So happy holidays when they get here, everybody, But
yeah. Why didn't you tell me this before the show began? What do you mean that they're saying that the numbers are going to go back up?
There's going to be another spike. Well, now again, when the schools officially completely reopen, they say there'll be another spike. I don't know why they said October, but they told me October. And then they also said during the holidays because of all the traveling, and people are just, excited for the holidays as it is. And But, that's not definitive. That's just what people are predicting. So.
Hopefully, December and the holidays is a long time away.
Yes,
I hope they're wrong.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But it's worrisome that healthcare workers are still talking that we're going to live with this. And the fact that we're going to live with this for that long, and I don't want to fearmonger on this program, but the fact that we might be living, it's more reason to act now. Right? And we're going straight to the point.
Yes.
And the point is bankruptcy, figure out your debts. Yeah. I mean, Jackie, have you heard anything on bars or clubs? No, right?
I have not heard anything yet about bars or clubs opening. Unfortunately, and I know that the music industry has also been hit really hard, obviously. Sometimes these restaurants have entertainment, and when they have entertainment, but when there's something cut as far as budget cuts, the first thing that does go is the entertainment inside, a restaurant or something. So I'm wondering if this 50% inside dining is going to also include, an entertainment, or do these two extra individuals that are singing inside the restaurant, are they going to be considered like, part of that 50%? And yeah, probably. So they're probably not going to hire. Forget the band.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, it's a little scary out there.
It really is. It really is. And times are tough, and we know this. And again, we bring this program because we know times are tough. And the truth is that it doesn't seem that any of the regulation that's actually out is contributing necessarily to fixing anything. Because again, Attorney Garcia, 50%, what is that going to do?
No. These restaurants, you can't operate on 50%. It's just impossible. Like, I think we've commented before, I've talked to my friends who own restaurants, and with the outside dining, the 6 tables, whatever it may be, that's just not enough to pay the overhead to keep the restaurant afloat. I mean, these people are really hurting. They're really suffering with all these restrictions now.
And most of these restaurants are small businesses is really what they are.
Right.
And because I guess this program, because again, this is unscripted, we go live to bring you this information since we started off with restaurants. I mean, maybe we could focus this program for our small business community out there, right? And talk to them about maybe different options they might have, whether they're having problems with their lease or having problems, negotiating some type of debt or maybe a mortgage on their property. They, also EIDL, PPP, there's nothing new in the pike, right, Attorney Pratt?
I mean, these folks, the people are struggling. Business owners, small business owners are struggling. And even though there was initially this huge rush of help, whether it was from the federal government, and I know some local governments also were really helping, that money's dried up. And at this point, what they're looking for are solutions to help them. And that's why I know Attorney Garcia has spoken before about the Subchapter 5. There are solutions available for some of these small businesses that want to try and save their business and stay afloat.
Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Attorney Pratt. I want to remind all our viewers, there's a number on the screen, 888-88-LEGAL. That's the number you got to call for these solutions. Isn't that right, Yoel?
Yeah, that's right, Jackie. And we got to go to a brief commercial. I don't know if you want to say something, Attorney Pratt.
I want to say that the PPP money, a lot of people we're talking to the small business owners. What's happening now, Attorney Damas, is I already have clients that got emails letting them know that they need to start taking steps to see if that money is or isn't going to be forgiven. And already in their bank accounts, they can see the loan accruing interest right now. I was going to say, we have a client that emailed me this week that said, I just got my EIDL loan statement with my balance and my payment due, and the payment's not due for I don't know how many months, but still, we got to go to a quick commercial break. This show gets ahead of us always. I want to talk a little bit about what other counties are doing also with this pandemic, because there seems to be some disparity between Miami-Dade County and the rest. And we're going to focus on small businesses. And even if you don't own a small business, but you're employed by a small business, you might want to get this information out. We're going to a quick commercial break. 888-88-LEGAL. We'll be right back.
I know you're home right now asking yourself, how? How will I pay my rent, my mortgage, my bills, my credit card debt? I'm attorney Alexis Garcia with PraDa Law. I've personally helped people with financial problems over the last 10 years. I understand what you are going through. We saw people lose it all in the 2008 financial crisis. You don't have to lose it all. The consultation is free. Call us now. I will help protect what you have built. You have nothing to lose by calling us. Call us now. These are trying times. This deadly virus is affecting our health, economy, jobs, our small business owners. Bankruptcy protection may be able to save assets and immediately stop your creditors from harassing you. Small business owners, employees of business of any size, we know you need help. Call us now. We will help you get back on your feet. Don't wait until it's too late. This is the time to call.
Sé que estás en la casa ahora mismo preguntándote, ¿cómo? ¿Cómo voy a pagar la hipoteca, la renta, los biles, las tarjetas de crédito? Soy la abogada Jennifer Pratt con PraDa Law. Yo personalmente he ayudado a las personas con problemas financieros durante los últimos 10 años. Yo entiendo por lo que estás pasando. Vimos cómo la gente lo perdió todo durante la crisis financiera del 2008. No tienes que perderlo todo. Llama ahora. La consulta es gratis. Te ayudaremos a proteger todo lo que has construido durante todos estos años. Sabemos que estos son tiempos difíciles. Este virus mortal está amenazando nuestra salud, nuestra economía, nuestros empleos y a los propietarios de nuestras pequeñas empresas. La consulta es gratis. Llame ahora. Te ayudaremos a recuperarte. No esperes hasta que sea demasiado tarde. Llame ya.
and welcome back to PraDa Law Live. I'm Jackie Mendez. We've been talking a little bit about bankruptcy, about mortgages. We have our partners here today with us, which is a very great treat.
Your favorites.
Our favorite partners, that's right. My favorite partners, at least. And I just want to remind everyone, all our viewers watching right now, there's a number on the screen. It's 888-88-LEGAL, and the consultation is free. Give us a call. This is a live show. You can call us at any time during the show and ask any questions that you may have.
Oh, Jackie, I agree. And not only that, I hope the other panelists and the other guests and the other attorneys that participate on this program are not listening right now, because the truth is that this is the all-star program right
It's
here.
true. We're the A-team. We're the A-team.
This is right here where the magic happens.
That's right.
You know, so we unfortunately cannot be with you every day because we got to do other things.
Right.
But, you know, I agree that this, for me, is my favorite program as well. Right before the break, we were talking specifically to small businesses and how even this opening up, going to 50% in Miami-Dade County, how it's affecting small businesses. And of course, not only it's the small businesses, but it's employees, it's suppliers, especially related to the restaurant industry, the hotel industry, tourist industry, everything pretty much that's been affected by COVID. Attorney Pratt, before we go into, and Attorney Garcia, before we go deep into the discussion of what relief there is for small businesses and even individuals, I've been traveling to Broward County for the last few weeks to have lunch with my family, because my immediate family is a family of 5. And we can't sit at a restaurant together in Dade County. So we decided to start going to Broward. And in Broward, we're not required to wear a mask, whether it's walking down the street or at the restaurant.
The bathroom, even if you get up and go to the bathroom at the restaurant.
You don't have to wear a mask.
Well, here in Miami-Dade, you're obligated to.
I agree. And I'm telling, I was at a Broward restaurant this Sunday where no one was wearing a mask. Everybody was walking down the street. And again, we don't get into politics in this program, but to me, you know, I can't foresee how, you know, there's such a disparity literally because of an invisible line, right. Dade County, Broward County, and more importantly, you know, our small business owners. Like, there's going to be a lot more probably restaurants going under in Dade County than Broward, because not only that, now they're taking the Miami business, and I don't know how you guys feel about that.
First of all, I'm originally from Broward, and I love how you say Broward as if it's like another country. It's so like you Miamians to talk like that about my Broward County.
It was till about 2 weeks ago. Right. I love Broward County now.
But no, you're absolutely right. And you know, Yoel, this weekend I spent some time talking to some friends, of course, socially distancing, and they were traveling all over the country, and they were telling me as well the same sentiments, that they were in different places, Atlanta, Michigan, you know, different areas all over the country where they're not required to wear masks. They're going to restaurants, they're hanging out. Everything is just completely different, right? And so the impact here in Miami-Dade County compared to other places, including as close as Broward, which is a 30-minute drive, it's huge, and it has to be affecting, you know, the Miami-Dade small business owners. Like, it has to be.
Well, yeah, we were kind of considered like an epicenter as far as coronavirus after New York City, after all these other, even some of the other big cities in other countries outside of the United States. But I just want to remind everyone watching at home, 888-88-LEGAL. That's the number you want to call. You can call in at any time during the show. We're ready to take your questions.
Okay, Attorney Garcia, so let's get right into it. We have about 2 minutes in this segment. Again, this thing flies, but just getting right into it, is there relief for small businesses?
Absolutely. There's several forms of relief for small businesses.
All right, let's take one on.
One is Subchapter 5 bankruptcy. That's the one I like the best because that's going to keep you guys alive. It's going to keep you guys afloat. A Subchapter 5 takes pieces of a Chapter 11 bankruptcy, which is a restructuring bankruptcy for a business, but it was geared at larger businesses with large amounts of debt, airlines, you know, when we think GM Motors, things like that. So it's not favorable. Small businesses used to fail a lot in Chapters 11 and end up liquidated in a 7.
And they're really expensive.
And they're very expensive. I mean, fees start You won't see fees under $20,000 to start, and that's the initial retainer.
On the original 11 prior to the subchapter 5.
Prior to the subchapter 5, correct. Okay. Correct. So, and then once we implemented the subchapter 5, which started actually right before COVID, subchapter 5 was designed to say, okay, listen, we're going to help you smaller businesses restructure and stay in the game, you know, not force you into these 7s by making you try to fit into a Chapter 11. And then with COVID, we expanded Subchapter 5 for an additional year where companies which may not have fit a small business because of their debt obligations, we've extended the debt obligation to bring in more small businesses to give them this relief.
Now, I don't want to put you on the hook, and production's telling me we got to go to a break. But so basically, once the CARES Act expanded it, it also has an expiration date.
1 year, correct. 1 year from when the CARES Act started, so you have until next year, correct.
So they need to take advantage. They need to take advantage now.
Yes, the expansion won't exist.
We got to go to a quick commercial break again, but we'll be right back. Very interesting show. Don't go anywhere. For now, simple. Call 888-88-LEGAL. We'll be right back.
I know you're home right now asking yourself, how? How will I pay my rent, my mortgage, my bills, my credit card debt? I'm attorney Alexis Garcia with PraDa Law. I've personally helped people with financial problems over the last 10 years. I understand what you are going through. We saw people lose it all in the 2008 financial crisis. You don't have to lose it all. The consultation is free. Call us now. I will help protect what you have built. You have nothing to lose by calling us. Call us now. These are trying times. This deadly virus is affecting our health, economy, jobs, our small business owners. Bankruptcy protection may be able to save assets and immediately stop your creditors from harassing you. Small business owners, employees of business of any size, we know you need help. Call us now. We will help you get back on your feet. Don't wait until it's too late. This is the time to call.
Sé que estás en la casa ahora mismo preguntándote, ¿cómo? ¿Cómo voy a pagar la hipoteca, la renta, los biles, las tarjetas de crédito? Soy la abogada Jennifer Pratt con PraDa Law. Yo personalmente he ayudado a las personas con problemas financieros durante los últimos 10 años. Yo entiendo por lo que estás pasando. Vimos cómo la gente lo perdió todo durante la crisis financiera del 2008. No tienes que perderlo todo. Llama ahora. La consulta es gratis. Te ayudaremos a proteger todo lo que has construido durante todos estos años. Sabemos que estos son tiempos difíciles. Este virus mortal está amenazando nuestra salud, nuestra economía, nuestros empleos y a los propietarios de nuestras pequeñas empresas. La consulta es gratis. Llame ahora. Te ayudaremos a recuperarte. No esperes hasta que sea demasiado tarde. Llame ya.
Welcome back to PraDa Law Live, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jackie Mendez. We've been talking a little bit about bankruptcy, a little bit about mortgages, about the 50% openings now for the restaurants here in Miami-Dade County. I definitely want to remind everyone that there's a number on the screen, and that number is for you to call because it's free. It's a free call. It's a free consultation. It's 888-88-LEGAL. We make it very simple for you guys. Isn't that right?
That's right, Jackie. Thank you very much. You have no reason not to dial that number if you're dealing with any type of insecurity related to COVID, related to law, related to bankruptcy, related to financial matters. It's very simple, 888-88-LEGAL. Right before the break, Attorney Garcia, we were talking about there's an expiration date on this subchapter 5 expansion that allows for small businesses to take advantage of this, let's call it a more structured plan for small businesses,
geared to small businesses, right? Well, Subchapter 5 doesn't expire in a year. Subchapter 5 set, but what expires in a year is the expansion of Subchapter 5, which throws a larger net, casts a larger net to qualify more small businesses, and it does. March 2021 is the last of it. So yeah.
And so the answer is, how do we know? How do you know if your business falls into that net that you either lose out or not? Right. And it's simple. Jackie, 888?
888 legal. That's the number you want to call.
That's it. Now, another thing going on, and we started off with the subchapter 5, but Attorney Pratt, what about negotiations? Are we able to get in and negotiate these? Well, I'm sorry, Attorney Garcia.
I can't interrupt you. Sorry. So we have one where our client started out as a Chapter 7 for his business. He wanted to throw his hands up and give up.
I know who that
So
is.
we were prepping him for the Chapter 7. He wasn't at the point that an 11 or subchapter 5 would help him either. So, he's like, you know what, I'm just going to walk away. We were able to instead negotiate his debts, and he had 2 very large debts in which he was concerned about, and we cut one in half. So it was one lump, it was half the amount we settled it for, and we're working on the other one, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. So if bankruptcy is not for you, we can negotiate your debts as well here at PraDa Law.
That's right. Thank you so much, Attorney Garcia. And the way we can negotiate for you guys is if you call that number on the screen, 888-88-LEGAL.
Thank you, Jackie. And we sometimes poke fun here, and when we started these programs, we called these things the Jenny Show, and I'm going to call this program the Payback Show because Alexis is not letting Jennifer Pratt speak on this one. She's like, not no more. Yeah, right. Ladies and gentlemen, the star of the show.
I've been watching the show, and I do talk so much, so I'm trying to just listen more. I hear that's a good trait when you listen more than you talk.
Attorney Pratt, lease negotiations, debt negotiations outside of bankruptcy, related specifically to our small business viewers.
This is the time, Attorney Damas. The case that Attorney Garcia is highlighting, I personally am aware of this client. They had a business. They had 2 businesses, I think.
Correct.
And like you said, they were ready to just walk away from everything. And so this is just an example. And every case is different, but this is just an example of the things that we're doing every single day in our office. I have clients right now that have repossession deficiencies that, those things, they come after you, and we're able to negotiate those. And all the percentages vary across the board, but we're looking at everything from between 25% to up to 50%, if not more in some cases. So now is the time. If you have an issue with your landlord, I think now is the time, because with these moratoriums still in place with regards to evictions, and even with your bank, now is the time. I think, and I would hope that they rather negotiate and get paid something now rather than continue to sit on a property that's making them absolutely no money.
Well, you definitely don't want to go out there if you're a small business owner, anyone actually, and throw in the towel and say, I quit.
There is absolutely no reason for you to quit right now. If you come to the right place, whether it be our office or any other attorney that you seek help from, there are so many options right now. And I think that this is the perfect storm, because unlike the 2008 crisis where it was like kind of questionable as to whether you kind of dug your own hole, everyone is in this situation, and I think creditors are much willing to negotiate if you have the right attorney next to you fighting for you.
That's right. So definitely there are options, and we are here as attorneys to help you. So ladies and gentlemen, the number's on the screen. Call it, 888-88-LEGAL. Consultation is free. Call is free. You have nothing to lose.
Again, we started this Monday with our regular bankruptcy show. It turned into a small business bankruptcy show, talking to our regular non-business owners that might be listening out there. And again, we invite you to share this program. We invite you right now, if you're watching us on YouTube, share it with your friends. You never know who's also dealing with these problems and dealing with these same situations. Same thing goes with Facebook. Make sure if you're watching us on social media, not on TV, that you share, you hit that share button, because you never know who you just might be able to help by simply sharing this program with them.
And who can benefit? Definitely.
Definitely. Attorneys, going back to our non-small business clients, plenty of relief for them too, right? Whether it's debt negotiation or bankruptcy.
Absolutely. You have both avenues, whichever works best for you. A Chapter 7, you can walk away from all your unsecured debt, or you can use a Chapter 13 at this point if you're having issues with those infamous forbearances. Give us a call. Let us know if you need some help with those.
And real quick, attorneys, if you had amazing income, but for the last 6 months, you've been hurting, do you qualify under the old income or the new income?
We look back at the last 6 months is what the court's going to look at. So this may change what chapter you qualify for. So now is the time.
Yeah. So from a strategic point of view, this might be the optimal time for you to look at a bankruptcy option before things get back on track, before you get things going, because at the end of the day, it's going to be the last 6 months, not all the money you made last year. And that's a very important fact.
It's very important. It's a strict look back period to the 6 months prior to filing. So right now we're what, February through July. So that's COVID hit
right
April.
there.
So we're right there. You know, you're anchoring on that time where we're running out.
Exactly, and we don't want to get caught on that deadline. That's why you need to call that number on the screen, 888-88-LEGAL. I can't believe the show is almost over.
That's right. We have a few seconds left, so we got to say goodbye. Thanks to this all-star panel, like always.
This all-star panel of attorneys. We love our PraDa Law attorneys. Thank you so much.
And all-star, we of course are talking about TV purposes.
That's right.
Right.
Only opinion.
That's right.
But thank you so much for joining us today, ladies and gentlemen.
We got to go.
We got to go.
See you tomorrow.